Maybe just a driver.
So you kind of have to look at each situation.
Aiding Israeli aggression on Gaza. The third floor of the Kimmel Center at NYU is currently occupied. We're going to be having a rally at 12 p.m. for people to come out, show your support. This is a rally that is modeled at, this is an occupation that's modeled after what had happened at New School, around what had happened with the 24 campuses in England that students occupied their campuses against the Israeli aggression on Gaza. And so we want for you to spread the word. 12 p.m. there's a rally where students and community will be getting together to say NYU should be for people, it should be for education, it should not be for mismanaged budgets and aggression around the world. So please join us at 12.
I'm Eve. I'm from Students Creating Radical Change and Take Back NYU. I was in there when they took the Kimmel Marketplace, and I unfortunately had to leave a few minutes ago. But we really seriously appreciate all of you guys for being out here, being in
University is a tremendous part of a new wave of activism, and it's reignited.
It's not a huge number.
Europe,
Okay, but I feel like 300 students.
Europe is probably known. In the UK, there are something like 23 universities on strike in the city, largely to fight for an end to those universities' complicity in the occupation and utilization of the Palestinians. And in this country, in the last few weeks, we've seen this begun to spread at Hampshire College, University of Rochester, and of course the New School before that, and now at NYU. So we have a lot to be proud of as part of this new reigniting of the movement of legislation abroad. And you know, students can't change the world by themselves, but they can always play a very important role in unite the movement that connects with abroad. And that's why also demands for occupation are so aggressive. I'm proud to be here with you. I'm proud of you. I know you will fight for what needs to happen. Thank you. Woo! I think it's really important that we gather here today in solidarity with the NYU students that have occupied their building with demands for more democratic access, democratic control over their institution, for better access, more affordable education here at NYU, for better labor practices for the employees here at NYU, amongst many other important demands. They've also expressed their solidarity with the Greek student revolt, with the university students in Gaza, with the students in Italy that are fighting to defend their education as well. I think it's very important that we here, as the NYU students occupying their building, we also extend our solidarity with the youth, with the students, with the working people in this city, in this country that are under attack. As it's already been mentioned, CUNY students, staff are facing massive budget cuts. Millions of dollars are being cut from their budgets. They're raising tuition. They're raising tuition at SUNY as well. There are attacks, massive budget cuts to the K through 12 public education system. They want to Bloomberg has threatened to lay off 15,000 teachers. So what we need is more student occupation, more student walkouts. We need mass mobilizations in the streets, right? Not just to deal with the issues that we're facing here at NYU, but to build a campaign, build a movement to defend education. And it's not just education that we're facing, but the economic crisis as a whole the burden of this crisis is being put down on all working people. There are attacks on education, attacks on healthcare, mass layoffs. In this country, by the end of this month, over 4 million people will have lost their jobs. 2008 is going to be worse with more foreclosures, more budget cuts, and more layoffs.
We have to discuss what's next. How do we build a movement? On March 5th, 2 weeks from today, the UFT, that's the United Federation of Teachers, have called a demonstration along with other unions for a mass demonstration at City Hall against the budget cuts. CUNY students at BMCC, at Hunter, at other campuses are organizing walkouts, organizing a rally at BMCC to march from BMCC to City Hall to join with this demonstration. I think it's very important that we begin to discuss how do we build a movement. And we say that the NYU, that first the new school occupation, that this NYU occupation, that March 5th is not just the end, it's not just the time to blow off some steam, but the beginning of a mass resistance against the attacks on working people, the beginning of a broader movement to defend the living standards of youth and working people in this country and around the world.
My name's Gaurav, and I don't believe in any political parties. And this is Casey. And we want to express our solidarity with the people in there.
I was part of the occupation of the new school.
And we have some more folks from there right here.
This is not about party politics. We appreciate solidarity, we want to build solidarity, but we don't believe that any party can represent us. What was great about the new school occupation, what is great about this one, was that we didn't have a party. We weren't attached to any organization. We have no leaders. This is people taking back their space.
Right, and we think this is about building connections to other movements. It's not just about occupying universities, which is admittedly a very good thing, and that's why we're all here, right, in support of this great tactic. But it's also about occupying workplaces. It's about, for example, people who are targeted by the police occupying police precincts, as we should see happen. I just got a ticket in the park for riding my bike. We see gentrification happening all over the city. We see crackdowns on quality of life violations, and it's about connecting struggles together. And it's about bringing in people who aren't even students, like myself, to this university and expressing solidarity with other people's struggles. And that's what we believe in, solidarity. So thank you all for coming out.
And that's a long story, but I'm not here to tell you my story or repeat what other people said. I just wanted to point out that one of the things that I haven't heard, that I think we all know, and I want to bring this out and maybe why this protest isn't larger. What they're fighting for in terms of in solidarity with Palestinians, and why we're not hearing it, is because the mainstream media is not putting it out. And why isn't the mainstream media putting it out? Because there's 4 voices that are broadcasting everything around, pretty much around this country, and trying, to influence the rest of the world. That's 4 voices. Of the elite population of sucking the money up to the top. And I just, basically that's just what I wanted to point out, that the mainstream media are the military contractors themselves. I mean, they support the killing, and it's really very simple. This is about how they're hiding the facts, how simple it is. We should not be killing people. We should not be at war. We should not be supporting that at any means, and I support this disclosure and this protest wholeheartedly, and that's why I'm here. Thanks. Woo!
Until he meets us, until he meets our man.